body parts. No copyright intended. Just fun. This is the Road to Happiness podcast. We're your hosts, Josh and Cassie Spurlock. We want to thank our sponsor, My Counselor Online, a leading provider in online Christian counseling. So today, we're going to talk about our amazing body parts and the amazing things that happen when we explore our amazing body parts. We're going to talk about orgasm. So, what if you've never had an orgasm? Do you know if you've had an orgasm? Why are orgasms important? Does it really matter? Is it cheating if I use a toy to have an orgasm? All these things. We're going to talk about these things today.
And we should talk about them because orgasms are God's idea. He thought of them. And what an amazing idea it was, right? God is good and he has good ideas.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. And so we should celebrate and talk about, as his people, his good gifts. So if anybody should be talking about orgasms, it ought to be Christians. It ought to be God's people celebrating his goodness, worshiping him by declaring the goodness of his design, and encouraging and helping his people enjoy the good gifts that he has for them.
Yeah.
So we believe, and I would challenge anybody, any theologians watching this, if you want to take me to task on this matter, ready, let's go. Jesus is the most pro-orgasm person in the world. Like, he has to be. Like, he created orgasms. They're his idea. They wouldn't exist if Jesus hadn't designed them into the nervous system.
He's not like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened.
I know this is going to be a little creepy for a lot of you, but Jesus does not avert his eyes when you are having an orgasm. Like, he's not weirded out by it. He's not creeped out.
Yeah.
He's not like, oh, they're doing it again. And that he is delighted when you orgasm.
Yeah.
That it's this really cool gift that he wants for you to enjoy and to embrace and to have as many as you possibly could want. Like, there's a reason, especially for women, where women can have multiple or consecutive orgasms in a variety of different kinds of orgasms. You know, men get like
We're so
one.
cool.
I know, you are so cool. I'm envious. You know, like the medical science is clear. God likes women more than men.
You've heard of penis envy, but this is actually clitoris
true.
envy.
It's true. It's more nerve endings in the clitoris than any other part of human anatomy, male or female. And it serves only one purpose, and that is a woman's sexual pleasure. And that was Jesus's idea to design it that way.
Yeah.
Because he likes women more than men. Just kind of what it is. Just gotta accept that for what it is. But because of that, we want to talk about it. We want to get into it.
Yeah, it's important.
We think it's important that you would embrace and enjoy every good gift that the Lord has for you.
It's what our podcast is about, bringing you as much information to help you live the abundant life that Jesus created you for, came and redeemed the world for, and wants to engage in your life in the daily to help become revealed in your life.
And hot, holy sex is part of that, including orgasms, right?
Yeah.
So let's start out, we're digging into chapter 14 of our book. So all this is out of Feeling Sexy, chapter 14, amazing orgasms. Amazing. And so just some fun facts. Like, I think we just need some good...
You would say that.
Information.
Fun facts.
Yes. The nerdy neuroscience around orgasms.
Tell us these fun facts.
Did you know? You did, because you read the book. If you hadn't read the book, you might not know that orgasms are a reflex. Much like a sneeze. I like to think of them as the very best kind of sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
And
One of those deeply satisfying,
deeply satisfied.
whole body experience.
That was a great kind of sneeze.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't make a sneeze happen. It's like, ready, set, sneeze. Now do it now, sneeze. Like you can fake a sneeze, but how much fun is faking a sneeze? Like it's no fun to fake a sneeze.
Do not recommend.
Don't recommend it. And why? Why would you fake a sneeze in that? I mean, there's a lot of reasons why somebody might fake a sneeze in that, but there's no good reasons to fake a sneeze in that. You should only
That's
have
just
genuine
an
sneezes.
invitation for more dialogue.
That's right. That's right. But you don't make a sneeze happen. It's a reflex that happens in response to the building stimuli in your body and sneeze arousal that takes place. And orgasms are the same way.
Sneeze arousal, guys. Put that in your pocket.
I just invented that.
Yeah, you did.
Right there. It's true. The body's... Anyways, I won't get distracted with nerdy neuroscience around it. But if you want to know the nerdy neuroscience of sneeze arousal, put it in the comments and I will totally shoot a video on the nerdy science of sneeze arousal.
Mm-hmm.
But back to orgasm arousal. When the body is in a ventral vagal state, it's relaxed, open. We'll talk about that in chapter 5.
We talk about stoplights. Mm-hmm.
Right? And so when you are relaxed and feel safe, and there is building arousal within the body that you're able to take in and focus on sensual pleasure.
Yeah.
That sexual arousal builds naturally in the body.
It's reflexive.
Yeah. And when that arousal kind of crosses a threshold in your body, that reflex of orgasm triggers. So some of the best ways to set the context for orgasm is to take the pressure off from orgasm. Because the point of sexual connection isn't orgasm per se.
Yeah.
It's connecting and enjoying yourself sexually, enjoying sexual pleasure together, having a creative, mutual experience that's fun, that's enjoyable, that's arousing. And a byproduct of that is orgasm. And that's an important frame to have because when we make orgasm the goal and we put pressure on it, it actually gets in the way of being
because
able to have an orgasm.
anxiety comes with pressure.
Yeah. And anxiety is sympathetic arousal in our nervous system, and that's not where we experience orgasm.
It pulls us out of green.
It pulls us out of green into yellow. We get up into our head, we start stressing out, we start speculating, kind of setting up on the bedpost.
Yeah, rather than just being present.
Is it going to happen? What if it doesn't happen? Is it going to be disappointed?
Why is it so difficult? Why is it always so like this? Yes.
Yeah. All the things. And in that nervous system state, we are not able to relax.
Yeah.
We're not able to enjoy ourselves. And therefore, we are not able to experience orgasm. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy when we start getting into that headspace around it. We need a reset when we start getting in that headspace. Deep breath. Back, reorient.
Hey, we're okay.
Yeah.
Everything's okay.
Yeah.
We just
need
here
to give
have a good time
ourselves
together.
permission, and we need to have the conversation with our spouse so that they can give us permission to not orgasm.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird in a chapter on orgasms and having orgasms, and the belief that Jesus is the most pro-orgasm person, and next to Jesus, we're the most pro-orgasm people for you, and wanting you to enjoy lots of amazing orgasms. But the truth is that happens in the context of having the pressure off to have an orgasm. And you can absolutely enjoy sex without an orgasm.
For sure.
And when we relax into that, both couples, because men are probably more to blame for this than anything else. Men, we have our problems, right? We're working on another book for men. But, until then, men can read through this book also and be educated. But here's something that all men need to be educated on, right? This is a big deal. 1, orgasms really matter for your wife, right? Because there's 2 ditches that men fall into. On the one hand, they're just not attentive, patient, and engaged in creating space for their husband or for their wives to enjoy orgasm.
They're immature.
Yeah, they're immature, lazy lovers. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of immature, lazy lovers out there. And as a result, they have unsatisfied wives, and they can't understand why their wives that are having poor quality sex don't want more poor quality sex. And that there's a reason why she's not interested in having more, because it's not good in that, right? And none of us want stuff that's not good in that. So there's one ditch over here. But then there's this other ditch where husbands can measure their adequacy as a man and as a person based on their wife's sexual response. And that puts and creates pressure. And they read all the books and they've read all the blogs and they try to do all the things. And they don't understand why their wives aren't interested in connecting sexually and avoid, because they're like, I'm an attentive lover. Like I care about her orgasm and I want her to have multiple orgasms and these things. And they're in this anxious space where they've tied identity to their wife's sexual response. And that creates pressure. And that pressure puts them into that sympathetic activation and makes it not fun for them. And so that's a ditch. It's a different kind of ditch, and it looks really different than the lazy lover ditch. There
are more fake orgasms in that ditch.
There's definitely more fake orgasms in that ditch, because disappointing you in that regard doesn't go well for them. And so they tend to, it's easier to fake than it is to kind of get you to get healthier around your identity and sexuality. So this episode is about women having orgasms. So we're not going to go any further and deeper than to identify those 2 ditches. But the middle of the road path is one where we say orgasms matter. And if you're a woman who doesn't regularly experience orgasms, not every time that you connect, but regularly, more times than not, that you connect, that you're experiencing orgasm, then something's wrong. Not something wrong with you, but something's wrong with your practice together or your awareness of your body. Or, there's something in the way. There's a block of some sort that can be addressed and healed. And as you do, it will increase the quality of your sexual experience, which will increase your desire and build your confidence in the bedroom and will enrich the connection with you and your spouse. So orgasms really matter, and it will negatively affect your sex life and your sexual connection if you're not regularly enjoying orgasm. So that's important. And on the other side of that is, it's okay if you don't have an orgasm. Like, you don't have to have an orgasm to enjoy connecting sexually. And you don't have to have an orgasm every time that you connect sexually to have a really cool, vibrant, healthy sex life. So take the pressure off. So it's there to enjoy, should be a regular part of your experience. If it's not, we can troubleshoot that, figure out why, and figure out how for it to be. And it's okay if you don't orgasm. That there's no need to put pressure on yourself in a way that actually sabotages your ability to have an orgasm by putting pressure on yourself to have an orgasm.
No need to put pressure on yourself to have an orgasm, and also just wanting to speak about your autonomy in that, like, you get to decide, and it's okay if you feel like, I don't feel like having I'm happy to connect. I love connecting. That feels good. This was a sensual, intimate, connective experience. And I don't want to have an orgasm. That's okay too.
It is totally okay, but requires communication.
Yes.
which is part of the challenge.
Yes.
Right? You got to grow in sexy talk which is one of the chapter titles in our Feeling Sexy book. And it's around the importance of being able to have open dialogue around sex, because that's where really good sex takes place, is our ability to connect and be emotionally intimate and have, really effective communication around connecting sexually. But it also requires your understanding how to be orgasmic.
Yeah.
Like building sexual confidence and desire is in large part, a result of your own sexual awareness.
Yeah. Just putting it out there that it's not your husband's job to figure out your body. I mean, yes, it's a joyful exploration together, but it is your job to steward your body, to enjoy your body, and to invite him into that space with you. Like, it's too much pressure for him to be the orgasm fairy, the orgasm giver.
In Song of Solomon, where the woman is inviting men into her garden to enjoy garden. She is like giving a guided tour.
Yeah, she really is. Come taste my choicest fruits, blah, blah, blah.
She is not like, I don't know where we're at, and I don't know where to lead us. Good
luck.
Show the way. Like he is not giving the tour of the garden. She is giving the tour of the garden. She knows her garden well.
Yeah.
And she knows what she likes, and she knows what feels good. And she's like, hey, come taste this. Like, she is in charge of her garden.
Yeah.
And there's an invitation to you to get to know your garden, right? I love how we get to use biblical allegory in this, right? This is kind of nerdy hermeneutics coming out. We got a genre of literature allegory here. Anyway, sorry, I'm back.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Should we do a podcast on the biblical allegory of Song of Solomon? Leave it in the comments if you want to see that.
But it's this reality that God's given this to you as a gift for you to explore and for you to cultivate and for you to share with your husband. Yeah. There's a reason why the self-exploration and the fantasy chapters precede the orgasm chapter in the book. It's because, I put it in the book like this, that if, orgasms had a gym membership, self-exploration and fantasy would be the personal trainers. Like, this is how you cultivate your garden.
Yeah.
This is how you learn your body and your physical response and your sexual response, and how to cultivate arousal in your body that builds tension and leads to orgasm. And when you can do this in fantasy and you can do this in self-exploration, then you can invite your husband into that garden with you to enjoy the fruit of that together with you.
Yeah.
In a way that when you're trying to figure it out in the mix of all the things, like it doesn't work so well.
It's not bad to try to figure it out together in the midst of things.
Mm-hmm.
And there is so much more available at your control and your ability to invest and grow and make your relationship flourishing that is just you doing your own work around it.
Absolutely. And this is not going to make your husband sad.
It would only make him sad if you did not, if you kept it to yourself. Like if it left him out and it robbed your relationship sexually with him in some way. But that's not what we're doing here. That's not what the goal of this is. And you can be really practical about sharing. Okay, if you tell your husband, well, I was trying to be orgasmic and I was touching myself and this is what I was thinking about, he's not going to be upset about that.
No, he's not going to experience that. I'll just speak for all mankind right now.
And if he is,
you should send him to talk to us.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
we can work through that.
Because that's
We got
actually
a team of experts that can help
no
unwind
shade
that.
on that. That's just a sign that there's something that's a block there. That's something that needs healed there.
For sure. Owning this is empowering to you. You have the ability to cultivate a very rich connection with your spouse. And it begins with cultivating a rich awareness of your own sexual response and your own fantasy life and world in a way that brings so much joy to your connection together as a couple. It is a value in and of itself that God gave you your clitoris for your enjoyment. It serves no other purpose. It really doesn't. It's not part of procreation. You don't need a clitoris to procreate. It has nothing to do with that. Your clitoris does nothing for your husband. It is not a part of his enjoyment of life. Oh,
Well,
your clitoris,
it can be.
It is by way of your enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
Not as he gets acquainted with it, but serves the sole purpose in the universe of your enjoying sexual pleasure. And Jesus designed that. And so highlight, underscore, exclamation point, Jesus cares about your sexual pleasure and he wants you to enjoy sexual pleasure. He delights and it brings joy to his heart when you enjoy sexual pleasure. And that is good and valid in and of itself, period, end of story.
And if you need or want a toy, a tool to be part of that, there's nothing prohibiting that. There's nothing biblical that says that's bad or naughty or robbing your spouse. This is what I've heard. It robs your spouse and you two together of developing that together. The truth is, there are some women that cannot have an orgasm without a toy or a tool. They just need that additional pressure. And my heart breaks for those women that have been shamed about that. So let me just clear the air and give freedom. That I just want to bring us back. Whatever is mutually pleasurable, whatever is agreed on, it's good.
Absolutely. And I just want to put this to rest, right? Let's just put this one to bed. That there is nothing in the Bible that would suggest using a toy is not sanctioned or allowed in Christian sex. Zero. There is nothing neurologically, scientifically that would suggest that it does damage. There is no evidence
in any of the parts
that it is somehow a deficit or a weakness, failure. It's just silly. There was a point in time, I got these glasses here, right? There was a point in time in our society where people were made fun of because they had glasses. There's something wrong with you, 4 eyes, that you're wearing glasses. And so people felt embarrassed about wearing glasses. And today we'd say, that's dumb. That's really, really dumb. And that the idea that you would go around life not being able to see, not being able to enjoy the beauty of the day or seeing your children's face clearly or engaging all of life because somebody was making fun of you because you're wearing glasses, that does not please the heart of God.
Yeah.
That does not please the heart of God. The common grace, as we call it theologically, of medical advancement, scientific advancement that relieves suffering in the world, such as making eyeglasses available so that people can see clearly, that's not a crutch. Who in their right mind would be I'm going to not be able to see for the rest of my life because I don't want to use a crutch of eyeglasses. That's just a crutch.
It's a crutch.
And that,
or hearing aids,
or hearing aids, or
any number of things.
Toilet paper, or indoor plumbing.
Toilet paper's a crutch.
Indoor plumbing is a crutch.
Get
And
your
then-
leaves, friends.
Right? Like these are it's just silliness. It's ridiculousness. Like the idea that using any sort of toy or enrichment, lube or whatever case,
Yes.
in order to enjoy connecting sexually.
Just hate it instead.
Yeah, it is not supported in the scriptures. It's not supported in
And
the
it doesn't even
science,
make sense.
and it doesn't
logically
even make sense. And so the next time you hear that, just bless whoever is saying that, and don't invite them to speak into your sex life anymore.
Right.
You can it's just dumb. Nah. And if you would do me a personal favor, at any opportunity you have to stomp out that kind of ignorance, please send them, share this with them. If you don't want to tell them personally, just be like, can I share this with you? And I'll happily share the message on your behalf.
I have this vision of you mailing them a vibrator and then getting to their house when it arrives and being like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you had a vibrator. They're like, oh, you got some mail. And they're like, ah. You're like, there's so many people that I have actually wanted to do that to.
I know, right? It's valid. We're going to start a service whereby you can submit addresses and we will mail people vibrators.
Oh my gosh.
If you think that's a thing that we should do, put it in the comments. I'm like this close to pulling the trigger on it. You send us a name and an address and some money for the vibrator and shipping, and we will
help
mail
you
on your behalf, with or without your name on that, a vibrator to hooks. So
before we close this episode, something so important and near and dear to my heart. If you have never had an orgasm, you're not broken. I can't tell you how many women have shared with me that I never would have expected have not had an orgasm, and how many women you've seen in therapy that have been married happily, loving their spouse, working in the kingdom, doing all these things, and they have never experienced that. And I just want to undo your aloneness in that and shed light on the shame or the sadness or the grief you might be feeling about that, and just say, hey, there is help. There is hope for that. You don't have to walk through that alone. And almost always it can be resolved.
It's true. Yeah. As a sex therapist, I can tell you that we have extremely high success rates in addressing anorgasmia, is what we call it. And so we can figure out what's going wrong. For many people, just the advice that's in the Feeling Sexy book is sufficient. And the permission is enough to really have you on your way in enjoying orgasms and sexual connecting. But we've got a team of sex therapists at My Counselor Online who have worked with literally thousands of couples and have helped many couples be able to enjoy orgasm together and identify any one of a number of blocks that can be getting in the way, care for those things, and move on with enjoying life. So there's a pathway forward. The Lord wants this for you to redeem this part of your life. So be encouraged. And thanks for hanging out with us. Talk about orgasms. How fun is that?
Amazing.
Hey, we look forward to catching up with you next time. Wow, we got a steamy next episode. I'm just saying, I don't know. Well, I'll just leave it with the chapter title is Tongues of Fire. So we'll see you next time.